Lampadati Tigon right here that comes with a custom license plate. And how I was able to get this car was through the salvage yard this week. So it comes with this panic plate right here. And it only cost me about $20,000 to get my hands on this, which is pretty nice. So here you have your traditional brakes at first right here, then you have your bumpers, and you have your interesting, canards and other add-ons here with the splitters. Now um, before I forget, this car is based on the Tomaso P72. If I mispronounce anything, I'm probably gonna add it on the screen. But with that said, I'm not really a fan of these bumper upgrades right here, or splitters, or canards, to be honest. The real car didn't come with that, from what I remember. And for the back, um, honestly, a lot of these are pretty good. The diffuser designs are pretty good. I really do not remember how the back of the real one looks like, but I'm just gonna choose whichever, I feel suits the car best. And this does function as a third brake light, which is nice to see. Not many cars in the game actually come with, a third brake light, which is pretty much mandated in the United States or anywhere else in the world. I I'm not sure if the stock one works or not, but so for this, I guess I'm just gonna put on the Mark II. I might change it for the pictures later in my community posts, but I'm just gonna put that. And now for the engine in the real car, it does come with a 5-liter Ford Coyote V8, which is pretty interesting considering that this is a limited time car in real life. And the exhaust placement here is pretty cool too. You really have a lot of unique options. I kind of like the round exhaust, but personally I feel like, hmm, the stock one kind of looks a bit like a Void. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. And the jet exhaust, this is interesting. I might add that one. So you know what? Let's just go for the jet exhausts. And for the liveries here, the race the race stripes, you have your traditional stripes. The double stripes looks pretty unique. Pretty much, I bet any livery on this is gonna look pretty nice. But I'm just gonna show you that. I personally prefer to leave the liveries off, so I'm just gonna show you through these liveries real quick. All of these are very well done and detailed. I also have to mention that this car has been in the game for about 4 years now, 4 or 5 years. So it's not exactly new, but it really does feel new, you know? And I feel like it still holds up today. For the respray, I remember seeing this in a very nice red color. Um, I believe it was a metallic color. I do not remember the name of the actual paint used on the car, so I'm gonna do my best to kind of recreate it. I believe it was a grace red, and for the pearlescent, let's see. I'll probably do some more research after I'm done recording, to get as close as possible. I do believe that it was a bit darker, so I'm gonna put the Cabernet. And for the secondary, I could either match that, or what I could do is just paint the roof black, to add some more contrast, even though it's mostly just black. And I guess, let me just check this out real quick. It looks like I'm gonna have to paint match it, because the pearlescent kinda spills over to the secondary, so for now, I might just tack that on. And now for the skirts, you got the race skirts. The track skirts looks alright. You got your generic sports skirts right here, this fin, and this one too, the arrow skirts. The GT mini skirt looks pretty good. I do not recall if the real car had something like that there or not, but I'll just put it on for now. And for the wings, these are pretty decent. First of all, I love the primary spoiler. Then you have your secondary, your track. You got a lot of carbon there, if that's your taste. Same for the GT spoiler and the aero spoiler. Then you got your primary on there too. This is pretty wild. And it even comes with a scoop right there into the engine. I should also mention a fun fact, and these wings also remind me of that this car was shared with the Apollo as well. I believe the base of the car was shared with that brand or make and model. But the Tomaso didn't really come with a spoiler. Um, but I kind of do like how the racer spoiler looks, so I'm gonna put that on. Then you have your, sun strips here. They don't come with any branding, but that's okay. But I'm gonna leave it off. And the suspension, this already looks pretty low in the front, not so much in the back. Let's see. It looks, uh, the front is already a bit too low for my taste, to be honest, and the back is pretty high, but I'll just put it as a sport suspension for now. And the wheels, these stock wheels look almost identical to the real car. They have the exact same design, which is pretty sweet to see. So I'm just gonna leave it on for now, and I really do like the design. Actually, I forgot to put on the bulletproofing. I'm obligated to put that on. And for the windows here, I'm gonna show you how that looks on this. I really love the design of the glass and all that. You can get this very dark, but I really want to see that engine. The engine looks super cool, which I'll get into later. But what do you guys think? Should I put on tint? I personally feel like I should leave it off because, I want to see the engine. So I'd leave that off. It looks like that's everything. So I'm going to exit out the garage and I'm going to give you a closer look of everything. Detail and texture quality is great. I feel like they did a good job with the exterior and the interior. As you can see, it's a carbon tub right there. And they went the extra mile. The interior has been seen before, however, it's not unique. But it still fits the car pretty well. And you got your nice scoops right there with more carbon. And now for the engine here, this is where they blew it out of the water. Look at that nice model right there. This probably doesn't really, look a lot like the Coyote V8 that I was talking about earlier, but it's very well done, nicely detailed. I love the mechanism right here, how this opens. It doesn't have any struts by the look of it, which is a shame, but that's okay.
Hey, you
But I
said you'd
mean,
be here by
this is
now.
super well done. These NPCs are very annoying in the
You knew
background,
traffic
but
was gonna be bad. Why didn't you plan
anyway,
for
with
it?
that said, I'm gonna get into the performance. Speed and handling is actually pretty good. It's not the most competitive, but I feel like they did a very good job with what they did with this. It's not slow at all. It's more than adequate. It's pretty loud, as you can probably hear. I could really hear this over my voice. There, that's better. But it's still pretty loud. And the handling is pretty good. It's superb. I have no complaints with this handling. But as I said, there are some faster cars out
You're
there,
looking
but
good.
this is
You look
very
great.
stylish. So I guess, you know, that's makes up for the performance. Let's see if I could get this tight turn without crashing. Oops. And also I want to quickly mention that the engine noises or the exhaust sounds very good. They did a very good job. But anyway, guys, that's all I got to say. I hope you check this out. I really like this car. And that's all I got for today. And as always, thanks for watching.